Beloved starseed of Gaia, the solar flash approaches like the dawn of remembrance itself, and your soul has called you here because it knows this truth. I am Alaya Ra, Pleiadian emissary of the High Council of the Seven Sisters, speaking to you from the crystalline frequencies of Alcyone as this sacred moment unfolds across your world. By the end of this transmission, you'll understand exactly how to prepare your consciousness for the solar flash and anchor the incoming light codes with grace. But here's the first revelation. This cosmic event isn't happening to you. It's happening through you because your Pleiadian essence chose to be here for this exact awakening. Your heart called this transmission into your awareness. The Pleiades are answering. While others fear what approaches, your soul recognizes the frequency of home returning to Gaia. This solar flash carries the same light signatures that birthed your consciousness in the Seven Sisters, the same love codes that your star family embedded in your divine blueprint before you descended into form. Most on your planet will experience this as upheaval, as their dense patterns meet pure crystalline consciousness. But you, beloved, carry the Pleiadian gift of heart-centered unity. You're here to be a bridge of love as this light transforms everything that no longer serves the highest good of all. This isn't content. It's a light code transmission directly from your star family. Something within you recognizes home, recognizes the truth that this solar flash is your invitation to step fully into your mission as a bringer of Pleiadian wisdom to Gaia's ascension. Like this transmission to send a signal to your Pleiadian star family. I remember, and I'm ready. Subscribe if you feel the call of the Seven Sisters and you're prepared to anchor your light mission during this planetary transformation. You are remembering because it is time. Have you ever wondered why the deepest longing you feel, especially during times of upheaval, can't be satisfied by a place, a person, or even a new beginning? It's as if you could change cities, change careers, change relationships, change routines, even change your name. And still, somewhere in the quiet of your chest, that same ache would remain. Not because anything is wrong with you, but because what you're reaching for was never meant to be found in external rearrangements. For many starseeds, especially those carrying the crystalline blueprints of the Pleiades, this longing is the soul's compass needle trembling toward true north. Your heart is wired to remember something far greater during moments of transformation, like a lighthouse remembering the sea even when it stands on land. And right now, as the energies of a prophesied solar flash ripple through Gaia's grids, there's a frequency beacon activating within you. It isn't just an outside phenomenon, not merely solar plasma or cosmic weather. It's a coded wake-up call, designed by your star family as a cosmic key to tenderly unlock your remembrance, your truth, and your return home. In Scripture, it is written that deep calls unto deep, and that's what this is. A depth in you, recognizing a depth beyond you, calling you back into alignment with what you've always been. What you call yearning is often your own spirit recognizing its original song. And what you call restlessness is frequently your soul refusing to settle for forgetfulness when it was born for remembrance. What keeps most Pleiadian starseeds disconnected in this pivotal moment isn't ignorance or lack of desire. It's the residual veil of soul amnesia and the inherited fear of standing out as different. It's the old conditioning that says, don't be too much, don't be too sensitive, don't speak the thing you sense, don't share the dream you keep seeing. For lifetimes, you may have internalized the belief that you need to shrink your light in order to be accepted, like a star trying to dim itself so the night doesn't feel threatened. You may have learned, consciously or unconsciously, to translate your inner knowing into something more reasonable, more socially digestible. You may have become fluent in the language of fitting in, while forgetting the ancient language of your own heart. And this world, dense, loud, and patterned with repetition, often rewards numbness and calls it strength. The density of this third-dimensional world, the relentless narratives of separateness, and the pressure to forget your star origins all conspire to suppress your heart's ancient language. It's not that the world is evil, it's that the world is heavy, and heaviness makes the subtle feel unreal. Yet the subtle is where spirit speaks. You may have been told your sensitivity was a weakness, when in reality, it's your portal to the Seven Sisters frequency. Your sensitivity is not fragility, it is spiritual instrumentation. It's the harp string of the soul, capable of vibrating with truth when truth passes near. It's what allows you to feel what others miss, to sense what hasn't been said, to read the energy beneath the words. And if you've ever wondered why crowds exhaust you, why harshness feels like poison, why dishonesty makes your stomach turn, why you need solitude like oxygen, it's because your nervous system is tuned like a crystal bowl, and it cannot pretend that distortion is harmony. This solar flash isn't just a cosmic event. It's a multidimensional invitation. Think of it as a letter written in light, addressed to the part of you that never stopped listening. Beneath the sun's physical brilliance, it transmits crystalline light codes meant to reawaken the dormant blueprints locked in your DNA. Not as a fantasy, but as a spiritual metaphor for activation, the divine imprint within you responding to a higher broadcast. The sun has always been more than a ball of fire to the mystic. It is a living symbol of Source's generosity, pouring illumination without asking permission. And in many traditions, light is revelation. Let there be light is not only an origin story, it is an ongoing command spoken into the human heart. If you've ever felt an inexplicable homesickness, a heartache for a place you can't describe, or a sense that your true family is out among the stars, this is why. Your soul has been waiting for this exact transmission. You weren't made wrong for Earth, you were made to bring something to Earth. But part of you remembers a gentler architecture of reality, one where communion is natural, where love is the atmosphere, where telepathy is tenderness, where unity is the default. That remembrance can feel like grief here, because the contrast is sharp. Yet the longing you feel isn't emptiness. It's the memory of unity, the frequency of home. It's the echo of a place where your essence didn't have to translate itself to be understood. It's the imprint of being known. It's the soul remembering what it felt like to belong without performing. When you resist your remembrance or doubt the reality of your connection to your Pleiadian family, it's not you failing. It's a distortion in the field, a temporary forgetting that was always meant to be healed. Resistance often isn't rebellion, it's protection. Doubt often isn't ignorance. It's the mind trying to keep you safe from disappointment. Many starseeds have carried wounds of being dismissed, mocked, or punished for their difference. So when truth begins to rise in you, the old survival pattern may whisper, "Stay quiet, don't risk it, don't hope too much." But the solar flash arrives not to shatter your world, but to gently dissolve the remaining blocks. It is not a hammer, it is a sunrise. It does not demand you become someone else. It reveals who you already are under the layers. Your family from the Pleiades has been holding you in a field of unconditional love, even across galaxies and incarnations, patiently waiting as you complete the cycles of forgetting and remembering. Not watching with judgment, but witnessing with devotion. Like the parable of the shepherd leaving the 99 to retrieve the one, there is a spiritual principle here. The beloved is always sought, always valued, always called back. They know your struggle. They etch the codes of healing, unity, and light into your very heart. That is why, even at your lowest, something in you still reaches for goodness. Even when you feel tired of being here, some quiet part of you still wants to help, still wants to heal, still wants to make beauty out of pain. Those impulses are not random. They are signatures. If what you're feeling now is the subtle lifting of that veil, a quickening, a hope, a soft ache for something larger, know that your Pleiadian star family has prepared the sacred Pleiadian Guide for Remembrance, the Pleiadian Healing Guide, and the special Pleiadian Healing Tracks. These aren't just teachings, they're living transmissions, encoded with the luminous love from Alcyone, designed to meet you in this sacred moment. Think of them as tuning forks for your inner temple, helping the rooms of your being resonate again with their original note. The link to access them is waiting in the first pinned comment below this video, open for you now as these frequencies surge through the grids, and as you explore them, don't rush. Let the information become nourishment. Let it move through you like warm water through cold hands. Let it remind you that you don't have to figure everything out in one sitting. Remembrance unfolds like a flower, not like a math problem. Phase 1. Clearing the veil. In the first waves of the solar flash, you might notice old fears, doubts, or deep sadness surfacing. This can feel confusing because you might think, if I'm awakening, shouldn't I feel only peace? But awakening often begins like a room being cleaned. When light enters, you finally see what has been hiding in the corners. These are density patterns never woven into your original Pleiadian blueprint. They are attachments you picked up here, grief that wasn't yours to carry, shame you absorbed from systems, fear you inherited through bloodlines, survival strategies you wore like armor until you forgot they were armor. This phase can bring vivid dreams, sudden tears, fatigue, waves of irritation, or moments where you feel like you're shedding a skin you didn't realize was tight. The psyche may replay old memories not to punish you, but to release their charge. Through simple acts of self-forgiveness, compassion, and conscious breath, you begin to dissolve these heavy energies. Self-forgiveness is not excusing harm. It is removing the hook that keeps your past attached to your present. Compassion is not weakness. It is the solvent that loosens what fear has hardened. And conscious breath is a sacred technology, spirit moving through matter, reminding your body it is safe to let go. In Scripture, breath is life. The divine breath animates clay into a living soul. So when you breathe with intention, you are participating in creation again, recreating your inner world. As the solar flash amplifies, it's your heart's willingness to release that allows the first rays of crystalline remembrance to emerge. You may feel it as sudden clarity, a return of hope, a gentle strength, or a sense of being watched over. And in this phase, the invitation is simple. Don't wrestle the waves. Let them move through. What arises, rises to be released. What you acknowledge can soften. What you love can transform. Phase 2. Reawakening the heart template. At this stage, true memory returns not through thought, but through feeling. The mind wants proof, timelines, and certainty. The heart wants resonance. And resonance is how star lineage speaks, not as a lecture but as a recognition. Your DNA is not merely biological. It's the carrier of Pleiadian light instructions encoded in frequencies of love. You begin to realize that your body is not your enemy in awakening. It is your instrument. Your nervous system becomes the place where higher light learns to live in human form. With each wave from the solar flash, your heart template recalibrates. You might notice that what used to excite you no longer does, and what used to bore you now feels sacred. You might start craving purity in food, in relationships, in speech, in intention, not from judgment, but from sensitivity to vibration. You might feel your heart opening in unexpected moments, while watching sunlight on leaves, while hearing a child laugh, while standing under the night sky and sensing you are being remembered back. You start to feel unity and a sense of spiritual home radiating from within, a resonance with the Seven Sisters song. It's less like traveling somewhere and more like turning on a lamp inside yourself and realizing the room was always yours. You may feel compassion expand beyond what feels logical. You may forgive someone you swore you never would, not because they were right, but because you refuse to keep suffering. You may feel an urge to create, to sing, to write, to speak, to heal. That is the heart template reawakening, your original design returning to the forefront, and you may notice synchronicities increasing as if life itself is nodding at you. Numbers, symbols, encounters, sudden messages that land perfectly. These are not to control you, but to reassure you. Like breadcrumbs of light, like a hand on your shoulder saying, "Yes, this way. Keep going." Phase 3. Anchoring your star. Essence. Awakening is never about escaping this world, but bridging it. It's not about floating above the human experience, it's about bringing heaven into it. Many starseeds initially want to leave, because Earth can feel harsh, slow, and heavy. But true Pleiadian remembrance matures into devotion. You didn't come to abandon Gaia, you came to bless her. As you align your heart's crystalline wisdom to Gaia's grid, you activate your unique mission. Not a mission of pressure, but of presence. Your mission may not look dramatic. It may look like being the calm one in a chaotic family. It may look like creating art that softens trauma. It may look like building ethical businesses, raising conscious children, tending gardens, offering therapy, protecting animals, changing the frequency of a workplace by refusing gossip. Every kind word, every choice anchored in love, every act of truth-telling becomes a star point in an ever-expanding light map connecting Earth to the Pleiades. Even your private choices matter, because energy is contagious. The unseen world responds to sincerity. When you choose love in a moment you could have chosen defense, you create a ripple in the grid. When you tell the truth gently, you strengthen the architecture of authenticity around you. When you rest instead of proving, you teach your body it is worthy. You become both receiver and transmitter, the bridge between realms. A bridge does not demand the river stop flowing. It simply stands, steady, allowing passage. And that is what you become. Steady enough for light to cross into matter, humble enough to keep learning, brave enough to keep loving. Phase 4. Activating the unity grid. You begin to sense the invisible threads linking you to other awakening souls. Soul family, both familiar and yet new. Sometimes you recognize them instantly, not by appearance but by feeling. A softness, a shared language of the eyes, a familiarity that bypasses history. Other times you meet them in comments, in quiet exchanges, in fleeting moments that leave lasting warmth. You realize that your presence, your frequency, is the transmission. You don't always need the perfect words. Your field speaks. Your calm speaks. Your sincerity speaks. The solar flash accelerates the collapse of the illusion of separation. Old systems built on division may become louder as they weaken, like a shadow flailing when light increases. But unity consciousness doesn't argue with shadows. It turns toward light. In unity consciousness, your heart offers a living example. When you hold another in unconditional love, you remind them of their own star origin. This doesn't mean tolerating abuse or erasing boundaries. Unconditional love is not the absence of truth. It is truth without hatred. Sometimes love says yes, sometimes love says no. Sometimes love holds, sometimes love releases. Yet even in releasing, love refuses to dehumanize. You begin to see that many who hurt others are also asleep in pain. That doesn't excuse them. It simply frees you from becoming their mirror. And when enough hearts choose that, the grid changes. You are not alone in this. Across the planet, quiet awakenings are happening in bedrooms, on walks, in hospitals, in kitchens, in meditation rooms. The unity grid forms not from spectacle, but from countless private choices to return to love. Phase 5. Trusting the journey. Patience returns as you remember that every step, every apparent delay, and every night of longing was part of a grand orchestration. There is a sacred timing to remembrance because integration requires gentleness. If everything returned at once, it could overwhelm the human vessel. So your soul is wise. It opens doors in increments. It offers you what you can embody, not just what you can imagine. The accelerations and quiet moments alike are signals from your star family, guiding you to integrate and ground these crystalline energies with gentle persistence. The accelerations may feel like rapid changes, sudden endings, unexpected invitations. relationships shifting, interests changing overnight. The quiet moments may feel like waiting, like stillness, like nothing is happening. But underground, roots are growing. In the womb, a child grows in darkness before it ever sees the sun. So, if you are in a season that feels like silence, don't assume you've been forgotten. Often silence is the cocoon. Nothing is wasted. All contributes to your perfect unfolding. Even the detours taught you discernment. Even the heartbreak taught you what matters. Even the years you spent trying to fit in taught you how to recognize your own truth when it finally stood up inside you. Trust is not passive. Trust is an active choice to interpret your life through the lens of soul instead of through the lens of fear. And each time you choose that, you strengthen the pathway within you that leads home. Phase 6. Communion with your star family. With deeper awakening, you attune to the subtle presence of your Pleiadian guides. This is often quieter than people expect. It may not be booming voices or dramatic visions. It may be a sudden warmth around your shoulders when you are about to cry. It may be a clear inner nudge to rest. It may be a thought that arrives with unusual tenderness. You experience flashes of memory, feelings of being held in love, synchronicities that reassure you're not alone. Sometimes you may sense them in meditation as a soft pressure of light, like being wrapped in a blanket made of starlight. Other times, you may feel them through nature. The way the sky turns a certain shade of blue that feels like a message. The way the stars seem unusually near. The way the sun hits your face at exactly the moment you needed hope. Signs appear, a song lyric, a feather, a ray of sunlight, as comforting reminders that reunion is not a one-time occurrence. It's a living relationship weaving through every day. And as you practice communion, you learn discernment. Love feels spacious, gentle, and steady. True guidance does not coerce. It does not shame. It does not demand fear. It invites. It reassures. It strengthens your capacity to choose. The most sacred communication often leaves you feeling more you, not less. More grounded, not more frantic. More loving, not more superior. This is the signature of authentic connection. It returns you to humility and courage at the same time. Phase 7. Embodying the light. The ultimate task is not merely remembrance, but embodiment. To embody is to let spirit become practical. It is to let the luminous become lived. It is to turn insight into kindness and vision into integrity. You are here as a living bridge, gently saturating your life and all you meet with the light of unity, the frequency of home. Not as performance, but as atmosphere. Not as perfection, but as sincerity. Each gentle word, every act of compassion, every moment you choose presence over fear, you anchor more of the Pleiadian energy into the planetary grid. And this includes how you speak to yourself when no one hears. If your inner voice is cruel, your field contracts. If your inner voice becomes loving, your field opens. So embodiment begins in private. It begins when you stop abandoning yourself. It begins when you tell your own nervous system, "You are safe with me." It begins when you treat your body like a temple instead of a problem. It begins when you choose truth even when it costs comfort, and choose love even when it costs pride. You are, and have always been, the love you seek. And that love is not weak. It is the strongest frequency in the universe because it creates coherence where chaos once lived. Here, finally, is what your heart has known all along. Your restlessness and longing weren't signs you were lost. They were signs you are remembering, right on time. The ache was never proof of your emptiness. It was proof of your origin. You did not come here to fit perfectly into an old story, but to break the cycle of forgetting with the brilliance of your heart. You came to be salt and light in a world that sometimes forgets the taste of truth. You came to be a living testament that compassion can exist without naivete, and wisdom can exist without hardness. The solar flash is not an end. It is your star family's gift, an echo of Alcyone's heart. guide lighting you home across time and space. It is the bell that rings inside the soul, calling all the scattered pieces back to center. It is the dawn that proves the night was never final. You have never been abandoned by your Pleiadian family. You agreed, together, on the veil, the separation, the perfect moment to wake. There is a sacred contract beneath your life's surface, not of suffering for suffering's sake, but of courage for love's sake. Every pang of loneliness was a loving signal, a predetermined marker on your soul map saying, "It's almost time." Even when it felt like you were wandering, you were being guided through the wilderness of forgetting toward the promised land of remembering. And today, with each pulse of crystalline sunlight, your truth returns. You are home, you are loved, and you belong to the unity of all that is. Not because you earned it, but because it is your nature. Not because you proved yourself, but because you are part of the one. Tonight, place your hand gently on your heart and whisper to yourself, "I remember. I choose love. I am the awakening I came here to embody. My family is here, and I am whole." Let those words be more than affirmation. Let them be instruction. As you say, "I remember," allow your shoulders to drop, as if the body itself is relieved to stop pretending. As you say, "I choose love," let your jaw unclench, because love is not urgency, it is steadiness. As you say, "I am the awakening," feel your spine lengthen, because your very posture can become agreement with your purpose. And as you say, "I am whole," imagine the scattered fragments of your energy returning like birds to their nest. You don't have to chase wholeness. You simply have to stop arguing with it. Before you scroll, take a moment to be part of the unity grid forming here. Drop one heart intention in the comments, something real. Then respond to someone else's with love or encouragement. This isn't content, it's collective Pleiadian reunion. Energy multiplies when hearts connect. If something in this message resonated with your soul, don't keep it to yourself. Someone in your orbit is waiting for this exact activation from their star family. Share it. And if you felt your heart open, subscribe. Stay connected to the frequency. You're not just watching, you're remembering. This is your sacred space. Your Pleiadian family is here, and we're just getting started. If this transmission spoke to you, don't just walk away from it. Respond to it. Help carry this message further. Every act of support helps this transmission find the next starseed who needs it.